Hello folks, Bronco Bob with Texas Best Used Motorcycles. Here today to show you a really special 1971 Porsche 914. This is a two-owner car. The original owner from 1971 bought it new right before she got married. She had the car throughout her basically for her entire life. They parked the car for a number of years, and around 1997 the husband, who was a prominent businessman here in Arlington, Texas, took the car over to a local Porsche expert here in Arlington, and they did a full restoration. They took the glass out, full repaint, interior, carpet, transmission, clutch, all the latches on the doors, all the rubber, all the trim, everything was gone through. The only thing that makes this not real correct, the wheels were chromed, or should I say highly polished aluminum. And when she got the car, she took off the vinyl and had these painted. This normally has a vinyl strip, and I've got the brand new vinyl in the trunk in a bag, and that was just one of her things. She didn't want that put on the car because she liked the red pillars, especially when the target top was removed. And the target top has a place to go in the trunk, but you can see the bumpers, the paint, and this paint job is almost 20 years old and it still looks fantastic. Well, at her birthday she drove it around a little bit. In fact, she put about 14,000 miles on it over a period of several years, and then she became ill and it was terminal and she passed away. Well, her husband was grief-stricken. He parked the car inside their warehouse of their business, and it sat there for several years. And I guess one day he realized it's not doing any good sitting there, and one of his all-star employees of over 30 years, he gave him the keys and said, "Here, I'm going to give you this car for being such a good employee." It was my wife's car. She's no longer with me. The car's just sitting. So he took it home. He cleaned out the fuel tank, cleaned out the carburetor, put a battery in it, flushed the brakes, and started putting her back on the road. But he's a pretty big, tall guy, and he didn't fit in it real good. And in Texas it gets hot, it doesn't have air conditioning. That was the lady whose car it was, Judy Martin, 71 Porsche 914. So he appreciated the gesture from his boss of 30 years, but he decided it really wasn't a fit for him and his family. So we acquired the car, and I say it's a two-owner car. She got it new. It was given to him as an employee gift, and he did title it in his name, so technically it was titled. But I titled it in my name, so I guess technically I'm the third owner. But it's a neat car, it's fun to drive, just like these old 5-speed transmissions. You have to let them kind of warm up. It'll shift in all the gears. The first gear is kind of hard to get in when it's cold, but once it's warmed up and you find where the gates are, it's just like butter. But you can see the car's in really, really nice shape. In fact, I'll start it up. And I'm going to take some pictures underneath. We'll put it up on the lift, but it looks like all new underneath with some dust on it. That's how I would describe it. But basically a restored car that's been driven 14,000 miles since the restoration. Let me give it a little gas. And they did make some of these cars in a 6-cylinder, is what I understand, and they're super rare. This one is the 4-cylinder version. But you can see all the hinges have all been replaced. the latches. It's really a nice car. And when the company in Arlington that restored the car, they had one request. They wanted the factory manuals. I mean, the engine manual, the transmission, the interior, the wiring. In fact, the wiring is all done correct like Porsche did it. It's wrapped. Well, you'll see the pictures, and those of you that know, it's basically a Porsche replica wiring harness. But you're going to get a full library of factory manuals that he actually ordered from Porsche when he commissioned this shop in Arlington to do the restoration. And I contacted the shop. They still have the same name, but they've changed ownership, and as years have gone by, now they don't do restorations, they just do general maintenance. But she's a beauty. She's ready to please her new owner. We did put a new set of tires. The tires that were on it had good tread. They were Pirellis, but they were cracked. So we put a brand new set of tires. The brake pads and rotors are in excellent shape. The brake fluid was flushed. It's got the luggage rack on the back, and the target top will fit in the rear hatch. But she's a honey. I hope you have a great day. I'm Bronco Bob wishing you happy trails.